Hi guys. Let's see. Can everybody hear me? I'm not sure if I'm coming through. Okay. My name is April Lamb. I'm going to be discussing the benefits of hemp oil today. I wanted to introduce myself. Just let me know if you guys can hear me. Okay, I see one person. Oops, look at me. So we're going to be discussing the benefits of hemp oil for special needs kids. I'll introduce myself. My name is April Lamb. I am a registered nurse. I hold a master's degree in nursing. And my kiddo, Asher, is a special needs kid. He was diagnosed with autism at age 2.5. We have been using hemp oil for him for the past 2 years now. So I kind of wanted to share my journey with you all and what worked for us and what didn't work for us, and kind of open it up to some questions. If anybody has any questions for me, you can type them in the comments, and I'll be sure to try to answer those for you. So we started my son Asher on hemp oil about 2 years ago, and we were really looking for something to help with hyperactivity and meltdowns and things like that, because they were just getting more frequent. And we stumbled across CBD oil, which I had heard really good things about. And through that process, we found some things that worked for us and some things that didn't. And so I'll give a disclaimer here. I am a nurse. I'm a healthcare professional. Hi, Christina. And so I'm not giving any medical advice. This isn't a cure or medication, just disclaimer. But it is a tool in our toolbox that helps us deal with our kiddo with special needs. So our house was really chaotic. We had a lot of meltdowns. I didn't want to get him on anything heavy duty pharmaceuticals at this point because he was so young. And so I started looking into CBD oil. And through that process, I learned a lot. And so I'm going to kind of share that with you guys today, and kind of what the difference is between CBD and hemp oil and hemp seed oil. So there's different categories. There are a lot of good companies out there that do provide CBD oil, which a lot of kiddos use for epilepsy. People use it for pain, anxiety, things like that. We decided to go a little bit of a different route, and we use hemp oil, which does have a CBD component in it, but it's not pure CBD. And we'll kind of talk about the benefits of a whole hemp oil and what that means and what that entails. So on our journey, I first went on Amazon, like a lot of people do, and I thought, okay, I'm going to look up this hemp oil. I'm going to look up this CBD oil. So we ordered some off Amazon. It was like maybe $30, $45. And it didn't do anything. And I thought, oh my gosh, this is just like hocus pocus. This doesn't work. And then I started doing my research because I'm a nurse, and I'm like, okay, evidence-based practice, let's look at this. And it was hemp seed oil and not hemp, the plant. So that is where we kind of decided to go more in the hemp plant oil, which is legal in the United States. It is from the cannabis family, but it's not medical marijuana. So you can order it online, and I'll provide you guys with my company, which is called Asher's Oil. It's a hemp oil at a very reasonable price point for kiddos and their families. And we wanted to create something that would help families in that toolbox of tools without breaking the bank, because we've used some products that worked very well, but were very, very expensive. And we were without our oil for weeks at a time because we couldn't afford it. And the meltdowns would come back, and it was just really hard. So I'll just kind of show you guys, like, this is our store, ashersoil.store, if you want to check it out. That's where we sell our product. And it is a whole hemp oil. We make it out of, let's see here, a whole hemp flower high in CBD. And you do get the terpenes and all the cannabinoids, which includes CBD, but also really good things like the chlorophyll in the plant and things like that, that we found works best for our family. And a lot of the other parents that I know with kiddos on the spectrum works best for their family. And so this isn't the only oil on the market, but this is our company. And our oil is right now with our coupon code $40. So that's about the price range for hemp seed oil on Amazon, but you're getting the whole plant. It's organic, and the oil that we use to mix it into is organic as well. It is a coconut oil, it's organic. So our product is organic. So I'm just reading my little comments real quick. Oh, okay. First, Kimberly, for special needs kiddos, you haven't heard about using. So yeah, in the special needs community, CBD is kind of just now starting to gain some traction, and there's some confusion about it. So another product that works really well for some people for like pain and inflammation and things like that is a CBD isolate, which is where they take the pure CBD crystals and they put it into an oil like a coconut or hemp seed oil. But then you're losing all of the other really valuable cannabinoids and the terpenes and the chlorophyll and things like that in the plant that we feel help kiddos, especially kiddos on the spectrum, because it's called this entourage effect, where all of the components of the hemp plant work together. And so for some people, maybe a pure CBD isolate works well for their pain or the anxiety. I'm like, go for it. Great, works for you. We needed to make something that was available for, a decent price point. Like that bottle of isolate that we bought, and we kind of learned the hard way, was $150. That's a lot of money for it to not work. And so, I'm not guaranteeing results. I'm not saying, oh, use this oil and your kid's going to be, amazing, or, start talking or be an angel. It's a tool in our toolbox. So we've noticed with our little guy and people that have been using our oil that we've noticed less meltdowns. Now, it's not eliminating the meltdowns, but it's giving us a little breather in our home. And we notice that when he's not taking his oil, he's more hyperactive. We're noticing more meltdowns. And so it's kind of where art meets science. Every kid doses a little bit differently. Some kids need more, some kids need less, some kids need a little higher CBD concentration, some kids need less. So we encourage parents to kind of to explore, try our oil out. It's a very reasonable price point. You're not going to be throwing away $150. We wanted it to be accessible for everybody. It's an oil that you can dose twice a day because you have enough of it, because you're not breaking the bank. That was another thing that we were noticing. Like, we would run out of oil and then I couldn't afford another $150 to stock up again. And so just through my research and, these great resources, we get our plants from Oregon, a grower in Oregon, and we use a extraction method that doesn't require CO2 because that can damage the plant. And also we don't use any solvents in our extraction methods either. So you're getting all of those good things in the plant without any additives or anything like that. Hi, Laura. So I would say, I can only speak from my experience and the things that other parents have told me, but, I would say, yes, it can help with ADHD, with that hyperactivity. My kiddo is on the spectrum. He's higher functioning. I liken his symptoms to, like, if OCD and ADHD had a baby, that would be his autism symptoms. So it's definitely given us a little reprieve and enabled him to be able to focus. I remember the first time I gave him hemp oil, he could sit through an entire movie. That had never happened before. So things like that we're seeing, and kids that are, parents are contacting me and saying, hey, my kid hasn't had like a full-on meltdown. We've had little mini ones here and there, but my kid is like, not throw down on the ground 30-minute meltdowns today. And, that might come and go. Some days are better than others. There's other variables at hand. There's diet, there's sleep, there's changes in their schedules. Those things can all contribute to it. But we like to use our oil as a tool in the toolbox for our son and ourselves. I experience anxiety and stress. I'm sure a lot of special needs parents do. And it's been really great for me. I use our oil to help with my anxiety, especially at night when my brain's going a mile a minute. And, I'm juggling all these plates. I work, I'm a mom, I run this business. So anybody else have any questions? Let's see. And is it legal in all states? Yeah, so Kimberly, it is legal in all states because it's using industrial hemp, which is from the cannabis family, but it's not medical marijuana. It has it has to be less than 0.3% THC. So no detectable THC. It doesn't affect brain development. It works on the endocannabinoid system in the nervous system, in the brain. There are studies that show that it helps to regulate some behavior. Different kiddos have different behaviors that are caused by different things like inflammation. And so it does help to decrease inflammation. That's how it helps with pain. I do have a cool little graphic for you guys. So I don't know, oops. I don't know why this keeps going. It's like, no, you can't. So we have these different little keys that unlock these receptor sites in our brain and in our body. THC is one of those cannabinoids, but hemp also has CBN, CBD, all these other cannabinoids that also react with those receptor sites. And that can help with our anxiety, hyperactivity. Some parents have reported that it helps their child with speech. So, again, it's not across the board. Not all kids regain speech or, start talking after taking hemp oil, but it can be a tool that can help them function at their highest potential. There's different comorbidities that cause speech delays or, cause issues with focus. And, it may not be influenced by the endocannabinoid system. But if we can help our kids and ourselves with a little less stress on our bodies, a little less inflammation, racing thoughts and things like that, they're not going to feel high. You're not going to notice them, acting weird. Sometimes they might get a little sleepy. Usually that's just because they're used to their brain going. And it's kind of like, oh, okay, I can like chill out. So, some kids can get a little more hyper on it. That's usually because they've had a little too small of a dose or sometimes too much. We recommend starting off with a 1 ml dropper in the morning. So 1 dropper full in the morning, and then kind of watch them and see how they do. And then we do 2 doses. We do 1 in the morning and 1 in the afternoon. And that's been our sweet spot. And that was some trial and error. So yeah, if you have any more questions, Kimberly, I hope I answered that for you. There have been studies that show that THC can affect the brain if used in mass quantities for medical marijuana. But, small doses, even with medical marijuana with kiddos that need THC, CBD combinations, some kids do need that, especially kiddos with epilepsy. They need a little more of that THC that would put it into the medical marijuana category, and parents can get cards and things like that for them. And it's kind of like, the benefits outweigh the risks for their kiddos. What's nice about our oil is that, you don't have to worry about the THC in large quantities. There's very minute quantities in our strains that are not detectable. But they do encourage the entourage effect, which is all this synergy working together between the cannabinoids, the terpenes, and the chlorophyll in the plant, what makes the plant green. Tastes a little earthy. I've found that if you put it in smoothies, we used to hide ours under pudding, put it in a spoon and put some chocolate pudding on top, give it to them. They'll take it that way. Some kids have texture issues. Sometimes you can put them in some gelatin capsules. You can buy them on Amazon, put a dropper full in a gelatin capsule. If they have a hard time swallowing capsules, you can put it in a smoothie. Some parents will put it in a straw and put the straw into a drink, and their first drink will be that hemp oil. And then the rest is chased with the smoothie or the juice or whatever. My kiddo takes it under the tongue sublingually and then chases it with some orange juice in the morning. So this is our store, Asher's Oil. We're also on Instagram. You can find us at Asher_oil on Instagram. You can DM me if you have any questions. Our website has really great frequently asked questions page. So if there is a question that you have and you thought, oh man, I wanted to ask her that, you can go to our store and look at our frequently asked questions page and find out some more about hemp oil, how it differs from hemp seed oil, which is just the seeds of the hemp plant that doesn't contain the cannabinoids. It just has the omega-3 fatty acids, which is great for our body and our joints, but doesn't affect that endocannabinoid system that the full hemp plant takes care of. So hemp seed oil, like I said, great for joints, but don't buy it for your kiddos if you're looking for, support with, holistic support and things like that for behavior or whatever. It's not going to touch it. In my own opinion, my personal experience, the isolates, the high milligram CBD, where it's, high concentration CBD oil, if it says isolate on there, you're not getting the full benefits of the plant. And there's other good hemp companies out there, but their oils are very expensive. We make our oil in small batches. All of our oils are tested, and the batch numbers are put up on our page, so you can see your batch and the components of the batch and things like that as well. We don't use any solvents in our oil, and we don't use CO2 extraction. We use organic coconut oil and organic high CBD hemp flour. So we don't use seeds. We use the actual flower, the bud of the plant, which is legal in all 50 states. So we can sell it online. There's not any psychoactive effects. So you're not going to have your kid walk around all spacey. Nothing will show up on any tests. So you can take it for yourself if you have to go, get a drug test for work or school or whatever. You're not going to have any things come up that like show that you've been, using a hemp oil. That's only with medical marijuana. You don't need a card. Contrary to popular belief, you can use hemp oil with cannabinoids in it, and you don't need a card. But I do encourage you to go check out our store. It's ashersoil.store. We're on Instagram, ashers_oil. Have a lot of kind of tips and tricks and things that I post on there. And I think I'll hang out for a couple more minutes, see if anybody has any more questions for me. And thank you again for allowing me to come and speak on hemp oil today. I hope that it was informative. I hope I answered everyone's questions. And yeah, you guys are great. We ship to all 50 states. I don't ship out of the country because different countries, Canada and things like that, have rules about importing hemp oil, and it can get confiscated at the border. And that's not fun. So if you're out of the country, if you're out of the United States, I would suggest looking in your home country for a hemp oil, not a seed oil and not an isolate, but a hemp flower oil concentrate for yourself or your kids. And if you are in the States, I can ship to you. Again, our product is $40 right now with a coupon code and free shipping. So our quality is outstanding, but we wanted to make it at like the Amazon hemp seed oil price for families to be able to try or use for themselves on a regular basis, not worry about running out and dealing with the behavioral issues that can result sometimes being out of the oil. We had a couple rough weeks there when we had to wait for our oil before I started the company. And yeah, it's just been a great tool in our toolbox as a special needs family. Again, just a disclaimer, this isn't to cure or treat any sort of special need or illness. This is just a holistic supplement support that we believe works for our family. We wanted to be able to have other families be able to try it and use it as a tool in their toolbox for their kids and themselves. So, okay, well, thank you all for having me. And we are located in Phoenix, Arizona. Again, if you want to email me, you can email at ashersoil, all one word, ASHERSOIL @mail.com. That's my email. You can go to our store, contact us through there, and go check out our frequently asked questions page. And have a great day. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.